to be talking about highs and lows, break of structure, change of character. And what I basically do is that we kind of like briefly speak about those things. I kind of like introduce you guys towards those concepts, kind of, and then the next video I kind of like go more detail. I kind of like detail it better. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be talking about highs and lows in more details, and then break of structure, change of character. So let's just jump into the chart and let's do that. This is all these drawings here. So we are clean to go. So I need a clean chart. So yeah, this is basically what we are going to be doing. You remember we already spoke about highs and lows last time, and then we want to talk about it again, and then change of character and break of structure. So this is me creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, another higher high again, another higher low, another higher high, another higher low, another higher high, and so on and so on. So whenever we see this going up, we know that we are in an uptrend, you know. So for us to confirm that we keep going up is the fact that market keeps making higher a high. Let me adjust this a little bit because I want to make sense with. I don't want the low to be touching the previous high because of our key levels and stuff. It happens, but let's just do it this way. So let's say the moment we identify this, you know, just looking at this, you can tell that we are in an uptrend. You know, you can tell. That's if you kind of like have the sight already. It's very easy. It's just the basics of forex, you know. So what we want to do here is that how do we know that we eventually gonna be creating a higher high, and then how do we confirm the continuation of the trend? It's just by simply seeing this continuation here going up. You feel me? So the moment market takes out this previous high here, the act of breaking here is what we call BOS, break of structure, you know. Then the moment we let me just keep writing it down as soon. So the moment we do this, let me delete this one maybe, and then use this line instead. So the moment we do this, we just broke structure here, we broke structure here, we broke structure here, we broke structure here, we also broke structure here. So breaking structure, basically creating higher highs. So here, don't be we will note it all by putting it here like text. I need this text here. So I want to put highs, then low. So L stand for low, and then H stand for highs. So we're also gonna put the break of structure here, BOS, and that's up basically. So this we're gonna be putting here high. Okay, let me put it as higher high, you know, something like that. So double H, higher high, you know, and then higher low. So you feel me? So let me copy this here so I'll be able to move it up to this other side. This, then this, then this, then this. So this gonna be our higher high line. Oh shit. And then here is gonna be our break of structure here, you know. So the act of markets taking out this high, the act of market taking out this high, the act of markets creating a low, and then the low is breaking above the previous high. This is our high here. We just broke structure here, you know. Same thing and so on. So you can even go ahead and just do it here. I will introduce this line here. I can actually add text here, BOS. I actually think I have text here that maybe I have templates. Yeah, break or structure. Yeah, break or structure. So so on. So this is just break or structure. It's called break or structure, and the other one is higher high. So as for the basics, we need to talk about it because the moment we start moving quick now from other stuff, will no longer be going back and be talking about this thing. But because everything we are speaking about now, we're gonna be using them as we're gonna be using them all to put everything together, and we that's what we're going to be using together to be able to develop our strategy that we're going to be using. So we're definitely going to be using from the basics. As I said, we need to be able to mark to know candlestick open and closure. We also need to know about the 4 stages of trading mastery. Those are everything we're going to be needing them later. You understand? So it's just like me giving you guys the information one after the other, one after the other. And then at some point, we put everything together and then we start applying it on a daily basis. Everything is going to be used because we need everything to be able to trade everything. And these are still the basics here. So this is just simply identifying the trend. As I said, high, then low, then higher high, then higher low, then higher high, then higher low, then higher high, then higher low, and then higher high. So I'm gonna be marking this is just for an uptrend. And don't forget, these together, we'll be talking about support and resistance later, but again, as we're moving along, I'm kind of like marking it as well for you guys. So this, like this, is what we call trend line, which we did speak about last time. So trend line is just the act of connecting multiple lows together that like this, and then you just mark a trend line. You understand? That's another thing we spoke about last time. I'll delete it again because we're not talking about it. We have a special video for that. We can still have it here again towards the upside. This is a trend line. You feel me? And then we can still have it here again in a parallel channel, which is something like this, connecting the lows together and then connecting it to the highs together. So this is not really accurate, but almost something similar like this. You feel me? So that's trend line. Then again, key levels, as we said, the moments we have a level that is touching each other, like high and low, is becoming a key level, and when we are above, we are support level, and when we are below, we are resistance level. So this is just a higher high, higher low structure for higher high and low. Now, one last thing I want to add again is that since market is trending upward, we then tend to have like what we call market structure shifts. So market structure shift is simply the change from an uptrend towards a downtrend, which means what? We're going up, all of a sudden we want to go down. So the little curve from the uptrend towards the downtrend, that's what we call market structure shift. We call change of character as well. And then for you to be able to read price action the way is when it's happening, you need to be able to know when exactly market did shift structure or market did break structure and change character, because at the same time the moment market is shifting structure, the moment market is changing character, is breaking structure. You feel me? So let me just show you again quick. So for instance, now let's say we are here, right? Then we decide to start coming down. All of a sudden, market will tend to do something like this. It simply means it's failing to create a higher high. Then maybe there's a possibility that maybe it starts forming a resistance here, or there was a previous level here that is adding up to it to become a resistance. So market starts stopping, and then the moment we decide to do this downward, we already have a market structure shift here. And then at the same time, we still have a break of structure and a change of character at the same time. So this is just change of character. The moment we use change of character first, and then you understand how as well is a break of structure, and then we keep going down now, and so on and so on. So let me mark this line back again quick. So I want it to be perfectly nice. So we have something like this. The moment we do this, we change character and then we start breaking structure towards the downside. We start breaking, changing character. Market tends to go back to where it starts from usually. This is another thing you should learn from. It tends to go back to where it starts from. It can decide to stop at a key level that is stronger, but since it's the whole move started here, it usually go back to that same level. That it doesn't happen all the time, but I'm just putting out there. So what do we have here? We start having this. And how do we mark this now? Simply what? We start having so the moment we book here, we change character here, we book structure here. No. So we took out the low. We go structure there. So we're taking out the high, we're taking out the low. So we book structure here, we book structure here, we book structure here, we book structure here again, and then we book structure here again. So yeah, it's gonna be a change of character. At the same time, still a break of structure, it's still the same thing here. You can still see change of character, break of structure. If you want me, I'll add it again. Okay, let me see if I can add both. Okay, I just changed it. Oh, let me keep it on the change of character instead, and then we keep having break of structure. So why I want you to see it as this, the way I mark it is that that the moment market take out the low, I will explain why there is a change of character there now, but let me just mark this clean so you guys will be able to relate from the past one if you already understood the past one. So break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. So this is what we have here as break of structure right now, and then we need to be able to do what? I think I removed these lines here, but let me just put it back quick. Yeah, something similar to this, And then here, what do we have here? A high, a higher high, or what? This is a lower low. This is a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and then so on. We keep going down now because now we were going up before. I'll kind of like the kind of like market as well, so you people know that. So lower high, and then now we're gonna be having lower low. Simple as that, And then let me try to copy all this here just to this is lower high, not lower high. Yeah. So lower high, a lower high again, a lower high again, a lower high again, a lower high again. I know so many of you guys already know this, especially the one that I advanced, but there are some beginners that which are my main focus. As I said, I'm actually giving these informations to them, not to the advanced. I'm willing to work with people that are starting from the beginning and know nothing about trading instead. Then once we get to the advanced part, you people that are advanced, you're gonna just have what I think what you people need is more of the psychology and the mindset, and maybe a good strategy, set up a good edge. Maybe you don't have an edge. So this is how we have here. We have lower high, lower high, lower high. So lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So the moment market is creating a lower low, is breaking structure by taking the previous low, breaking structure again, taking the low, and we have a trend continuation. And again, in this same case, don't forget we can still mark a trend line here by connecting this, and also we mark a trend line here by connecting this again. Don't forget, that's how markets move. So we also can still mark a channel, which I just showed you guys here, something like this. Then this is even a perfect channel, so something like that can be marked as well to direct the continuation of the market. And as far we are following that channel or we are following that trend, we should still expect market keep going down. Same way, as far we are creating a lower low, a lower high, we should expect market to keep going down, unless we have a change of character in this, the same way we had something like this here. That's when we're going to be talking about a move shift again. So a change of character should be something like this again. And then the moment market takes out this previous high, the last lowest high that took out this one, the moment market took that, we can start talking about change of character again back towards the upside. I hope I'm making sense here, right? So again, when we do this, we have a change of character here that happened. Now, how do we know if we change character or not? When we go to the chart now, I'll be showing you, which leads to our previous video where we spoke about candlestick, wick, and body. In this case, we want to be more on the body. If it's the wick that took out the high, we are not seeing it as a change of character, but we want to see a candlestick body closure above this previous high. You understand? That's just simple. That's how we want to be seeing this change of character. So we want to see the body close here. The body of the candlestick should close below here, not the wick. We're going to be talking about it. I hope you guys understood what I just did here. Now, let me kind of put these notes here so you people have an idea about what it is. So we have change of character, then we have lower low, and we have lower high as well, you know, something like that. That's what we just spoke about again now. So next is to all this thing we did here. It's easier to read it here, but at the same time, to me, it's even easier in the chart. Just a little bit hard, but not as hard as you think it might be. So let's just go to the chart and try to identify everything here. Don't forget, a high is just simply a low and then a move down and then a move up. Oh, sorry, that's a low. A move down and a move up. So a red candle and a green candle, that's our low. And then our high is a red candle and then a green candle. A green candle and a red candle, sorry. So I usually call this leg up, leg down, leg down, leg up, sorry. Leg up, leg down. Locked in, bro, locked in. Why are you glitching? Okay, something like that. So let's go to the charts and then we do this on, like, we kind of identify this quick, you know. So this is something that is happening now. I'm just gonna be, you can see this in all time frame. One thing is beautiful about trading is that everything you're seeing here applies in all the time frames. If you remember what we spoke about time frames, they are just different time frames of the market that represent the candlesticks, you know. So anyone you choose here, you can identify any of these things in there. So I want to go lower time frame a bit just to be able to look for something to, okay, let me just still use this example as we've been using since, which was from this level here. we've been using this level since to mark our highs and lows all the way to this top. So I'm still just gonna be using it again. I think let me use the 1 hour. It's a long journey though, but just gonna mark a little bit of it. So let's start from the down move, So here we've been using this level since last time. So a move down, and then a move down, and then a move up. That's what we call low. And then another move down, another move up. That's what we call low again. Another move down, and another move up, another move down, another move up. That's what we call low again. And then what we doing? So high, low. Maybe this is an equal high, low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Again, you feel me? Then lower low, lower high. But again, there is something about this body and wig that I just said now. But I will explain it later. So lower high, a lower low, and then the lower high. And then what? A higher low, yeah, right? And then we need to take out this place level here with a body, which at this point we've not, at this point we've not. The moment we took out this place with this candle, so we did what? A higher um a higher high, right? Yeah. But again, there is one thing that is very complex that you need to understand is I'm talking about higher high in just this range of to this range here, because we still have this high here that was not taken. So this is our high here. So personally, I will not be counting this as a high because we still have this level. This is where I'll be looking forward to. So this is just another trend inside another trend. So that's why we have two things here. I need to put it out there again. We have internally, and then we have the one that is internal, and then the one that is external. So internal and external trend, So we're going to be talking about internal and external trend because of based on the candlestick and the time frame. That's something. So I just want to make sense quick. And then we have this and we have this. We still have this high that was not taken, but we still have this high that was taken here. So we consider, depending on the time frame you're looking forward to. Personally, I will still be on this. I will be looking forward on this. But since I'm in 1 hour, I'm a day trader, this is already enough for me to start looking for a buy upward. But if I still want to hold the trade longer, I'm still open to observe this high before I confirm a change of character. So something like that. So this is just it again, and here again we just did change of character here again in this particular time frame, and then we still went down. We did this, a high, a low. I'm marking everything, and I'll just go ahead and we did open here, we close above here, we already changed character here. Okay, we push all the way here and mark it here, then we come down here again. I'm moving based on the candlestick, the time frame of the candlestick. You should understand that I'm using 1 hour, so that's what I'm working on with here. Okay, this is a little bit messy, but I know why I marked there. So here, from here to here, from here to here, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, here to here, here to here. In this overall, if I'm considering this high, this is still a break of structure for me, If I'm considering this high, this is the break of structure. But if I'm considering this high here, we have a leg up, again a leg up. We have a change of character that happened here. We have another break of structure. We have another break of structure. And then we came here, we broke here, we took here again. We have a change of character again that happened here. We have a break of structure again here. So we move up, we move down again. This is our previous high, low, we broke here, and did this, low, high, low, I don't know, it's a high here. So we guys change character somewhere around here. Yeah, that took the went down here. So we have here. Oops, my mouse. So we have here again change of character, and then if we take this one, no, we still level here. So this makes sense here because you see market consolidated a lot here. So if you kind of like figure out what happened here, you're gonna be seeing a lot of break of structure, change of character upside, change of character downside. So that's it. So I just want to note all this here for you guys. So you see here is just basically break of structure. This one I'm actually doing here is not as hard as that, but you people should just have an idea of how to identify it in the chart and how complex it is to identify as well. Not as simple as I marked it with my drawing previously. You understand? So on that break of structure, yeah, we said if you are looking towards on this high, since we've not taken this high, we still break structure towards the downside here. So I keep it as break of structure, but internally we change character here again. You know, that's something that you need to be prepared of. And then internally we still have break of structure here. Internally we still have break of structure here, which makes sense. We're going to be talking about internally and external trend and structure, liquidity as well. So yeah, we both check structure, change character, I guess, yes. Then we both structure again here, you know. We both structure again here. We did push up here, created a low, next this. Yes. Yeah, then we change character here again, you know. And then why is a little bit messy here? Because you see market spend time a lot here and consolidated here. So don't forget we have three types of trend. We have uptrend, which we marked, downtrend, which we also marked, consolidation, which just happened here. I actually did not mark that, but you guys can see how messy it is. It's just simply markets creating equal highs and equal lows. So you can already see high here, high here, high here. Market keeps spending time here. It's not the ideal consolidation though, but this is one perfect one to just display what I want to show you. I will still be marking it if I go back to the drawing. So this is basically how you identify it in the real-time chart. And that's all. This is a little bit messy. This is a little bit messy, but I want to look for something clean for you, but you already have an idea. But before that, let's go again and find more highs and lows, something as beautiful as this, you know. So this one is cool. So we have here this, we didn't take out this low, so it's still here. So as you see, higher, lower, low, higher, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, equal lows, higher, lower, high, lower, low, and so on. And then we keep pushing up again. Let me go to this place, but in a lower time frame, we can see something beautiful. I want something that's clean, that is not big. Hey guys, so I think I should just use this one, this structure here that is happening right now. You know, this is actually happening in real time, so it's better I give one example as per real time. So for us to be able to mark this structure, so we start from here, somewhere here, let's say we kind of start marking our high from here, maybe here, then down here, we went down, we created another high here, maybe here an equal high. So okay, a high here again, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, and then a lower high here. And then right now, we've not created a lower low, you know. Even though if you see this week is lower than this, but there's no break of structure yet. And the reason why is what I just explained earlier, which was before we see it as a break of structure, there should be a candlestick body close below. So far there's no candlestick close below this level here. So we can still see here as equal lows. Market is forming equal lows, and it makes more sense because you see when market came here, he bounced back up again, did this, and to me right now what I'm saying is market forming a sort of support here. this is already a support level. So we have already multiple touches. As we said, once we have multiple touches, it become a key level, and since we are above it, it's becoming a support. So this is likely to be somewhere that can push the market back up, and this is very, very possible, so there's a likelihood for this market to buy back from here to a certain level. I don't know, but again, the only way we know that we have a change of character is only if we take out this high here. So any of these ones are not valid. This one as well, no, really, because this is not the high that went down. Even if we take out this high, we will not change character. With the only high that we should be taking before we see change of character is this one. So maybe we take out this high here first. Then the moment we break above this high, maybe we have something like this, and then we know change of character happened here. So let me kind of go ahead and mark all this one, and then give you guys a more. So here we have a break of structure. Here we still have equal lows here. So break of structure happened here, maybe to this level, not here, but just this one, because this is the one that broke below and closed body below, as I said. And then we still have a break of structure here as well. So here, not yet as well. As I said, we've not closed below. So you see, it makes more sense. We are still above this level. So here right now, you can see this as a strong support area. So the only way we can break and change character is to take out this high. Why this one and not this one is because this one we've not actually broken below this one. So this is not the high yet. This is the high that I should count. But again, it's still part of this zone. Anything above here, we actually change character. So that's something. So let me just go ahead and put the higher highs and higher lows, so it makes more sense for you guys to read. So okay, let me put the break of structure first. Maybe BOS here, templates, then BOS, templates, then BOS. No, I don't want to delete that. I want to add instead BOS again, templates, BOS, and then lastly here we've not changed character yet, so we wait, and then here you need to mark it as high. I don't know if I have a template for that. I don't know. Do I have a template for that? I doubt. So this is so we have lower, we are making lower high, then lower low. So those are the things we want to put into consideration. I will copy this lower high, then lower high here again, then lower high here again, then lower high here again. You feel me? Then lower low are here, and then here, and then here. This is equal low. You can see this as equal low, and lower low here, and then here we can see all this as equal lows as well. So personally, that's it. That's what we are seeing. This is actually happening now real time, so this is actually a good chart. And again, what can you observe here? Again, as we said, you can still observe a trend line here. Okay, maybe not too accurate, but I'm seeing a trend line though. Let me kind of mark it better. I'm still seeing a trend line, yeah, still not bad. I'm still seeing something like this. Maybe it's the time frame I'm using, but there's still a trend line here, even though we have this exit, but this still correct for me. So it even more makes more sense with what I just marked here. I took out this high here, change of character here, we retest somewhere here. Why did I put this low here? It's usually what gold usually does. It does retest this last level. Either it retests here, which why I put it here, or either it retests back here, and then we go up. So, and then here makes more sense because of this trend line again. So this is how one way of this is one of my way of trading again. I just put out there. But again, I'm not saying you guys should just follow all this thing and start taking trades, I'll tell you how we'll be using them and be taking trade off those in the nearest future. So for now, we're not doing those now. Now, I think that's all for the higher highs and higher lows. So maybe you guys should just take your time, go to the charts, kind of like practice, mark these higher highs, higher lows. You can do the same thing as how I was drawing it here. You know, something like this. And then when you go to the chart and again, and you figure it out yourself, try to make the break of structure, higher high, higher lows, higher high. Do it multiple times and then prepare for next time, because we're going to be talking about support and resistance deeply, and we need these highs and lows to be able to speak about support and resistance. And right now, this is already a support already here. Understand? So that's gonna be it. So before we leave each other, let me go ahead and mark the consolidation trend as we said earlier. So here, and if you guys, some of you want to take a screenshot as well, you can take this. This is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, and then this is the consolidation, something like this. Let me just add it up to this one we have already here. So consolidation trend is usually when we have a choppy market, indecision market does not go anywhere. It tends to have equal highs, equal lows, or something like that. So this is a consolidation trend. Let me put it there as a test maybe. So this is an uptrend. Okay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Bref. Okay, let me just put it here. What's wrong with my uptrend? Then downtrend. We also call it, so let me put everything, uptrend, downtrend, bearish move, bullish move, bullish trend, bearish move, bearish. What do we call it again? It, see it as sell, see it as shorts, you know. So bullish move. So these ones are uptrend here, and then bullish move here, and this one are downtrend, and then this one is the consolidation. Or consolidating trend, whatever. It's not guys. Our market is not trending a lot. So okay, so we have here this one, this is what we have here. And that will be all. If you want to screen it, take a screenshot, because we are done with our video now. So guys, see you in the next one. Prepare. They try to practice on these ones. I know they are basics. For most of you guys, they are really the basics, but you know, you can never tell. Peace.